Sunset Village Radio Theater production.
Who's going to be next?
Does this thing even work? Hello? Oh, hey, the green light is on. I think it's working.
What are you doing?
I'm recording.
What could you possibly be recording in here? If you start singing, I'll kill you.
I'm not singing. I'm documenting our untimely demise.
You're so dramatic.
At least I'm interesting. Okay, hey, if anyone is listening to this, I'm probably dead.
No, she isn't.
Shut up. I'm Emma Vincent, and this is Valerie Darrow.
Don't involve me in this.
It is currently 12:43 p.m., and it is day 2 of the contest.
You're going to have to specify what you're talking about.
I thought you didn't want to be involved.
This is basic constructive criticism because you're being an idiot.
Fine, okay. Here's a bit of recap since I've got nothing better to do.
Don't call me Val.
Val and I were hired to oversee this year's annual haunted house competition, and right now this is day 2 of 7. If you're in the area, you probably know about this already, but the competition is sort of a big deal. 10 absolutely insane individuals are competing for $100,000 to see who can stay in the house the longest. What? Nothing to add?
No.
Then stop looking at me like that. Anyway, to win the prize, there can only be one man or woman standing at the end of the week. And so not only are we trying to scare them out, they're also sort of going after each other as well. Oh, also, it's all going to be aired at the end.
You're not explaining this very well.
Do you want to try then?
You're telling it all out of order. This is the most important part. We're haunting the house. It's our job to make sure no one wins.
I said that.
But we're providing the ultimate freak factor.
The ultimate... Anyway, we're haunting the house in a mostly pre-scheduled fashion, but we do get a little bit of leeway for ultimate freak factor, or whatever that means.
You should quit rambling and talk about what's already happened, since you're starting now and not when we started.
Well, I wasn't bored to tears when we started. And I hadn't found this when we started either. Okay, so far, we've run 4 haunts and opened one of the doors.
You've got to stop leading with information like this and not elaborating.
Stop interrupting! Don't rush me. There are 6 doors, and we open a new one every night at midnight. So when everyone got here, 2 nights ago? Yeah, 2 nights ago. Most of the doors in the house were locked. But we have the magic button.
Do not touch that button.
I wasn't going to. We have the button to open the doors, and behind each one is something new and terrible. So, yeah, like I said, today is day 2, and in a very impressive feat of ultimate freak factor, we've already chased 4 of the 10 participants out. So that leaves us with 6. Lilith, Blade, Legion, Blackbeard, Onyx, and Karen.
Yeah, someone missed the memo that you don't have to use your real name.
Yeah, or she's aware of the connotations.
Nothing scarier than a Karen in the wild.
Anyway, we got 2 in one go last night when we opened the first door. Who knew a room full of spiders could be that unsettling?
Dude, I would leave in 1 second flat. Who cares about $100,000? Now there are spiders everywhere in the house.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to sleep either. Though, I guess that's kind of the point. What did it say on the file? Weren't there something like 5,000 spiders in there?
That's not counting the babies.
And that's just the warm-up door. Tonight is going to be even better. Or worse, depending on who you are.
Definitely worse, and a lot more moist.
You saying that word is the scariest thing that has happened so far.
It's been plenty scary.
I don't know. I didn't think it was going to be so boring. Who knew that haunting a house would be such a yawner?
We're just getting started. Besides, what did you expect? We're in here 24 hours a day, all week, no phones allowed. We're supposed to treat it like it is, like a job.
Wow. It's almost like you applied for the money.
I did, because it pays well.
Not because it sounded fun?
This is probably the opposite of fun.
Yeah, go figure. Turns out not very many people want to be stuck in a shed for a week straight when they could be competing to win a bunch of money and be on TV. We're not on TV back here, thank God.
This isn't the interesting side. The real drama is happening in the house. Well, not right now, since everyone's asleep. The whole spider thing didn't exactly provide ideal sleeping circumstances, but yeah, I don't think the footage of us sitting in a shed pushing buttons is prime time material.
I'd watch that. That's where we are right now. There's a shed that connects to the house by tunnel, and that's where we've been set up. It's tiny, no joke. The coolest thing about the room is that we've got a floor-to-ceiling monitoring system of screens, so we know what's going on in all of the rooms. Besides that, it's us, a bunk bed, a bathroom that I think might actually be haunted, and a lot of ramen.
This isn't MTV.
I am painting a picture.
Hello, MTV, and welcome to my crib.
You are derailing this entire project. Anyway, you were right, the cool stuff is all happening inside. And at least in here, we get light. They don't get that privilege in the house. All the lights are always off, and the blinds are closed all day. I think that was a stipulation for the contestants, right? That the thing they were allowed in couldn't be a light source?
For context, all of the contestants are allowed to bring in something of their own.
Right. What else? We've lost 4 contestants. There are 6 remaining, and right now they're all asleep. A lot of the doors in the house are still locked, except for the spider room. Oh, there's a clock in the attic. It's the only timepiece in the house, and as far as we've seen, they haven't found it yet. We're sleeping in shifts to make sure one of us is always watching, and making sure nothing too dangerous happens. Though, it's sort of hard to tell where that line is. None of those spiders are poisonous, right?
No, I think.
All I'll say is that I wouldn't want to be in there.
Me neither. It's gross and about to get grosser.
Hey, they signed the waivers. I don't know why, but they did.
Sucks for them.
I'll say. Okay, I'll check back in for an update when something interesting happens, which should be in about an hour and a half. Yeah. That's it.
Coming this Halloween, October 31st, 2020, join us for the full Macavee experience.